has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation. The ship is currently holding position approximately 300 meters above the other end of this plateau.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The core is usually a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes' neural implants.
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour!
Stick to the higher ground to the right. We should be able to recon the Covenant position without being spotted. I've detected Covenant stationary guns near the next pass. I recommend using your sniper rifle to take out the gunners while I call for Marine support.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element of surprise.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. We're on mission number 3, Truth and Reconciliation. So I'll talk a little bit about some of the weapons here. This sniper rifle we're using is an SRS-99C anti-material rifle, manufactured by Mizria Armory. The SRS means it's a sniper rifle system. It's a semi-automatic gas-operated magazine-fed rifle that fires the M232 14.5 by 114mm AP-FSDS round from a 4-round box magazine. The sheer power of the round allows it to pass through multiple enemies and even disable shielded enemies in a single hit. The AP-FSD means that it's an armor-piercing, fin-stabilized, discarding sabot round. So the actual projectile is smaller than the bore of the weapon, and the sabot, or a shoe, is fitted around it, so when it exits the barrel, the sabot peels away, leaving just the projectile. The SRS-99 entered service in 2460 with the UNSC Army before becoming the standard rifle for all the branches. These rifles mount an Oracle telescopic optic with a 2 and 10 power level of magnification. The scope also features rangefinder and night vision mode. Although, as you see here, I don't really use the night vision mode because it actually becomes a bit too bright. It works though in the, in the original version.
Stop. Looking tracker shows movement around the next bed.
And despite, us trying to keep the element of surprise, we are firing an unsuppressed weapon, which is very loud, and yet somehow, as long as the enemies do not spot you in that initial skirmish, then they won't know you're there. Never mind, you're firing a very, very loud weapon. I guess the Covenant have very selective hearing. Much like a teenager would. Alright, we have an elite major right there. We just blew him away with our assault rifle. And this is, of course, one of my favorite, and many people's favorite musical tracks in the series. It's called Undercover of Night. The plasma turrets that we see the Covenant using in this mission are part of a line of turrets known as the Shade turrets. These are easily deployable into the field in a stationary fire support role. The particular turrets you see used in this game are the Mamua Uda pattern gun pods. They're among the oldest variants of the Shade turrets and have been used by the Covenant for actually hundreds of years and across many different conflicts. But they're considered reliable and easy to deploy, despite not providing any real protection to the operator.
Covenant forces detected up ahead. The path up on the left should let us sneak up around them.
Alright. There we go, got him.
We'll hang back while you get into position, Chief.
Roger that.
Yep, they'll never see or hear us coming. Alright, let's head up the middle here.
Cortana to fire team Charlie.
You have two choices there. You can either head up the middle like I did just there, or you can go around to the other side and the Marines will take the route that you do not take. almost shot that Marine who just ran right in front of me.
Great shot! Hey! Careful, could be anywhere. Here goes nothing.
Alright, we just picked up an active camouflage, which briefly makes us invisible. Unfortunately, this is the only way Master Chief can become invisible. It's not like the nano suit in Crisis, where you can just do it on command. Yeah, he never even knew what hit him in the face. Let's get this guy. There we go. No, we didn't. There we go. Let's get behind him. Oh. Fine then. We'll just get bullets to the face.
Covenant forces sighted. Let's hit him, Charlie team.
Yeah, Charlie team, let's hit him.
Freaking guns have us pinned down.
Alright, we have approached the gravity lift.
Man, it's always something.
That's that big purplish haze right in the middle there, in case you couldn't figure that one out. Let's deal with these dropship guys before we move to the gravity lift. And of course, enemies start dropping down the gravity lift. They come down in groups, and you have like 3 or 4 groups to deal with. Unfortunately, the shade turret, the plasma bolts that fire from it, are pretty slow moving, so you really have to kind of lead the targets. So they're not super duper useful as a stationary weapon, but I mean, they work in a pinch.
Get up so I can kill you again!
Alright, now we have our first encounter with the Hunters, the heavy infantry of the Covenant. I'll talk about these guys in the next mission.
We've secured the area. Let's square away the grav lift. Marines, prepare for boarding action. Yes, sir!
Cortana to Echo 419. We've reached the gravity lift and are ready for reinforcements.
Copy that, Cortana. Hold tight, gentlemen. Bowhammer out.
Once we're inside the ship, I can home in on the captain's command neural interface. They'll probably be in or near the ship's brig, which should narrow our search.
Echo 419 inbound. Clear the drop zone.
It's him! File out!
CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
What? There's no Covenant here. Think maybe nobody's home.
Yep, don't count your chickens, buddy. Because we got bad guys coming up on the radar. And they are invisible. Alright, well, we are inside our first Covenant ship here. This is the Truth and Reconciliation. It's a Ket pattern battle cruiser serving with the fleet of Particular Justice, which is the large Covenant fleet that we're fighting against on this ring. The Ket pattern battle cruisers are produced in large numbers across multiple shipyards in Covenant space, and they're considered workhorses of the fleet. They're highly configurable for a variety of roles within the Covenant Navy, and the success of the design has influenced subsequent designs. They have an overall length of 5,846 feet and a mass of 90.7 million tons. Their armament consists of one Profero pattern excavation beam, one Ignis pattern plasma lance, 42 Sono pattern plasma cannons, 16 Serpens pattern plasma torpedo tubes, and 50 Gon pattern pulse lasers. That being said, you never really see any of these weapons fire because you don't see a whole lot of ship-to-ship combat in this game. You notice these various purple kind of rectangular boxes scattered around the room? These are Almar pattern repositories. In other words, they're just storage crates. They're commonly used to store weapons and explosives, things like that, although you cannot open them in the game. Although in subsequent games like Halo 2, you'll see that you can actually pick up weapons from them.
Door's locked, sir. No way through.
We could use the side passages to find a way around.
We'd be sitting ducks in that narrow space. You can hold this position if you can find a way around and open the door from the other side, Chief.
Chief, let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
Alright, well, we're on a hunt for the door opening device. Well, I don't mind the Anniversary Edition's graphics when it comes to the outdoor spaces on Halo. Like many others, I'm not really a fan of the Anniversary graphics when it comes to interiors. Particularly with, like the Pillar of Autumn or the structures in Halo, and the Covenant ships such as the one we're on right now. The problem is that it kind of changes the ambiance of the game. It makes things a little too bright, and it looks really over-designed in a way. I don't know, partially that might be because it's just biased, because I'm so used to playing on the original graphics that they look fairly simple but alien enough.
Somewhere in this room.
Whereas here it looks like the guys working on the graphics just went crazy and, slapped a whole bunch of lights in there and dynamic textures and yada yada yada. So I must admit, like many others, I'm not a big huge fan of the interiors when it comes to the graphics. It looks like it's really busy looking, over designed, kind of distracting. Darn it, I was almost able to sneak up on that guy and melee him from behind. Alas, he was too observant. He maintained very good situational awareness. Alright, there's the door opener thingy. And we appear to have another guy in here. Oh. Any more? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, Marines.
You like that? Nice one! Frag out! We showed him. All clear, sir.
We should get moving.
All right, everybody stay cool. Yell if you see anything.
Or rather, just shoot at it, I guess. I don't think we're going to encounter too many friendlies in this area of the ship. Although we are looking for the captain, so presumably we don't want to shoot him. Alright, we've entered a hangar bay here. Now we have to fight our way through it, and a whole bunch of enemies. Amongst all the storage containers here. And we have a bunch of guys up there. I'll talk about the shielded enemies here. These are commonly known as jackals, but officially they are the Kig-Yar. These are a reptilian species with avian traits to their physiology. The species commonly encountered here are the Ibi-Shan. The Kig-Yar come from the planet Aeon, which is a moon of a gas giant. The planet has a large equatorial ocean, volcanoes, and no glaciers to it. Due to the proximity to its star and an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and oxygen, it has a very warm tropical climate. Culturally, the Kig-Yar rely heavily on mercantilism, commerce, trade, and the acquisition of wealth. Early society was heavily despotic and driven by matriarchs. Over time, though, their governments became more sectarian and democratic in nature. That said, people have noted that greed seems to be the constant in their culture. Prior to contact with the Covenant, the Jackals had developed space travel and colonized several nearby systems. They came into conflict with the Covenant over Forerunner artifacts in their star system. Eventually, a united front of raiders and mercenaries reached an agreement with the Covenant known as the Letters of Marque. This allowed the Kig-Yar to essentially operate as military contractors and mercenaries for the Covenant. Their keen eyesight and agile frames make them useful as scouts and snipers with the Covenant military. While a client species of the Covenant, they still are heavily motivated. Sorry, let me just grab this skull here. You gotta be sure to move quickly when those hunters come out of that door, otherwise that door closes and it locks and you won't be able to get back in. So if you want that skull, you gotta be quick. Basically stand next to the door when they come out. Jump over them and run in and grab it. The foreign skull there that we picked up actually, it makes it so you cannot pick up or use any Covenant weapons. Anyway, as I was saying about the Jackals, while they are a client species of the Covenant, they're still heavily motivated by monetary gain over religious dogma. That said, the Covenant do use this as motivation to find it pretty easily to manipulate and control them as a species.
Don't bother getting up!
And obviously the Jackals, like many others, are color-coded, although you only see minors and majors. The minors are the blue shielded ones, the ones carrying the blue shields, and the majors are ones carrying the yellow shields. So they just kind of hide behind their shield and stick their plasma pistol through the little notch on the side and shoot at you. On legendary difficulty, they are notoriously accurate and fast-firing with those plasma pistols. And in some ways, they're incredibly annoying. They fire the plasma pistol so fast on legendary, it practically becomes like an automatic weapon. And they'll just chew right through your shields real fast. In some ways, I might say they're actually more annoying than the elites on legendary difficulty. Well, we are starting to run low on the sniper rifle ammos. Got plenty of assault rifle ammo though. Okay, we're on the top level of the hangar here. Have a grenade.
How you doing, amigos? How you like getting killed again?
And they're coming up behind us again. Oh, and in front of us.
My fault.
Hey, they actually got him. Nice. Took care of the elite for us.
All right, let's find him. Where'd he go?
Let's find him and kill him again.
Oh, crap.
Alright, this is the bridge. There we go. That gold elite that we just shot is Lat Ravami. He's the shipmaster. In other words, the captain of the Truce and Reconciliation. Normally he presents a bit of a problem because he charges right at you with an energy sword. And he'll make your life miserable really quickly.
This looks like the ship's command center. The captain's transponder signal is strong. We must be close.
This is a good spot, Chief. We can mine the store here while you go after the captain. Good luck, sir.
Nobody on this side.
Construct, who is your maker?
Sadness and disrepair, Oracle. I am unworthy. I was not made.
Never made, but you are right here, where you should not be. Tell your charges to cease their efforts immediately. Quarantine must not be violated. Construct, respond.
Jumbled grass. Familiar terms. I serve. None serve me, Oracle.
Your charges must cease all aggression towards the Reclaimers and leave this installation at once. Construct, you are dangerously close to unleashing a force you cannot comprehend. This is most inappropriate.
We follow the path, and I am part of the Stone Journey swarm that serves. We serve. They will find, and then I will be free.
Find? Free? Explain yourself.
I know their path, and when they have gone, only I shall remain, and then free.
This is quite unsatisfactory, Construct. Your core shows no hint of understanding the gravity of this situation. I will return later for your proper decommissioning. Well, unless the flood kills us all first, in which case the point will be moot. Good day, Construct.
Alright, well that was the terminal for this particular mission. And of course it shows that 343 Guilty Spark did attempt to contact the battle cruiser that we're on, the Truth and Reconciliation. Yeah, it ended up talking to the Covenant AI. There are references in that to the Covenant being close to unleashing the Flood, and the Covenant religion known as the Path. Now, I don't really want to talk too much about the Covenant religion because their philosophy and religious dogma is more fleshed out in Halo 2. Now, interestingly, the Covenant AI construct says that once they are gone, it'll be free. So presumably, like, once all of the... Maybe it's intentional that it's hoping that they'll release the Flood, and then, you know, it'll kill off its Covenant masters, and the AI will be free or something. Well, whatever. Alright, well, we're here in the brig. Let's open them up.
Wow, there he is! Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move. Yes, sir. While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I have intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move!
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Chief, you have the point.
We should head back to the shuttle bay and call for evac.
Alright, well, we managed to find Captain Keyes, and he's got himself a needler as well. Well, we just have a plasma pistol. And now we picked up a plasma rifle. I'll talk about these other weapons in future videos. Again, just trying to spread the content out about the lore and the backstory of Halo throughout the playthrough, so I have something to talk about. I'm just admiring the Marines' fatigues here, the uniform. I will say I do not like the new character design for Captain Keyes. God, it's like they took a giant set of lips and slapped him on his face. Yeah, it looks really weird. I much prefer the original Combat Evolved design of Captain Keyes, the character model. Alright, we gotta get back to the bridge here. And then to the hangar bay. There should be, yep. Should be some camouflaged elites here.
We made it.
Cortana to Echo 419. We have the captain and need extraction on the double.
Negative, Cortana. I've been engaged by Covenant air patrols, and I'm having a tough time shaking them. You'll be better off finding your own ride. Sorry.
Acknowledged, Foehammer. Cortana out.
Air support is cut off, Captain. We need to hold here until she can move in.
Oh man, we're trapped in here! We're screwed! We're screwed, man! Stow the belly aching, soldier. Remember, you're a leatherneck. Cortana, if you and the Chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Yes, Captain. There's a Covenant dropship still docked.
Alright, well, we have ourselves a fancy new weapon here. This weapon is a Nale Hax pattern needle launcher, commonly known as a needler. Unlike Covenant plasma weaponry that runs on batteries and cannot be recharged by humans, the needler is one of the few Covenant weapons that have extra ammo carried for it and can be reloaded. Now the weapon fires pink shards of Subanese crystal, also known as blamite, which is mined from the Sanghelios moon of Suban. There are massive veins of these crystals which are only found on this moon and apparently cannot be synthesized. The needle shards are catalyzed after being run through the weapon's magnetic auger. Upon firing, they exhibit a homing property that tracks any living target they're fired at. Upon impact, they stick to the target and detonate, which creates small little shards of crystal, which become embedded in the flesh. If enough needler shards impact the target and detonate simultaneously, they create a large explosion, which is usually fatal to the target. Needlers are most commonly seen in the hands of lowercase Covenant troops, such as the Grunts, although occasionally you will see elites wielding them as well.
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
Alright, let's get out of here. Now that we've rescued Captain Keyes, off we go.